Facebook. Is this something went wrong? We're working on getting this fixed as soon as we can. You probably won't see that. I'll see what happens if I hit OK here. So I'm not sure what that was, but hopefully you won't see that. Relationship status. Go ahead and put what you want here. Single, in a relationship, married might, be definitely something you want to put if you're married, so you don't get some people, thinking that maybe you're available. So these are personal preferences. Maybe the other way around. Maybe you'd like to let people know that you're available as you're networking. It's a personal preference that you want to, choose what's appropriate for you. Former name. This may be really good for those particularly women who've been married who've changed their last name. You might want to put your maiden name in there because that's how some of your old friends might have known you. So include that so they can find you if they're looking for you. And, this is a relationship type of thing, interested in, I'm going to leave this blank. What doesn't apply, just leave it blank. And you don't have to fill everything out. And you can go ahead and I didn't fill anything out, so no reason to hit Save Changes, but if you did do something, go ahead and hit Save Changes, and it will save those for you. You can always come back to this later. Personal. So, again, this is how you click on these to go to these different areas if you want to come back to these. This is a rather important area. Activities. Put activities that you're interested in here. Again, this is a social marketing site, but you don't want to make it so focused on the marketing part. You want to make it focused on the social part. See, if you're interested in your business and so forth, you can put those in here, but don't make it so it's so business oriented that people don't know the person behind it. It's very important that you put other activities that you're interested in, maybe music, maybe skiing or snowboarding, or spending time with your kids. Fill out these things with that in mind, that you want to show them the person behind the marketer. In fact, you really don't want to show them the marketer at all in any of this stuff, or as little as possible. For me, my business is a big part of my life and who I am, so it's very hard for me to even separate the two. And it may be the same case for you. So much of my life is a part of my goals are a part of my life, and my business is a part of that it's pretty ingrained in a lot of the things I write about myself. But at the same time, I'll let people know that I like to go snowboarding on occasion. I like to go camping. I like to spend time playing at the beach with my kids. I put that kind of information where I can in these types of areas. So activities, let people know who you are. Interests, same thing. Favorite music, that's less important, but you can go ahead and fill that out. Favorite TV shows, I don't find that to be very important, but if it is for you, go ahead and fill it out. Favorite movies, I happen to like movies. I might put some in there that I like or that kind of share a little bit about who I am, but not that important. Books may be a little bit more important. Share your favorite books. Favorite quotes, you may or may not choose to do that. Could be a great way to show people a little bit about who you are and what you're attracted to. And then about me. Go ahead and put a little message about you, but again, don't make it just about the marketer side of you. Make it a little bit more personable. And that's something you can work on as you go forward. And when you're done, you just hit Save Changes, and it will save those for you, and you can come back here. But the most important are activities, interests, at least one of these in here to get a little bit personable in there. Books, movies, favorite quotes, but definitely about me. And mine is definitely more reflecting my business side, because that's really who I am right now. I'm so focused and committed on opportunities in business and the goals and the contributions, the value I want to bring through that. That's a lot about who I am, but you want to do your best to share the other side of you, or the broader spectrum of who you are when you're writing things like this. Again, when you're done, hit Save Changes, and then we'll go on to education. Here's another way that people can find you, is they might be searching for you, so it's important to fill this out. So University of Oregon for me, and for you, enter in your college or university. And then attended college, attended for graduate school. Again, use these drop-down arrows to make your selection. Concentration, was it business? What were you focused on? What did you major in? or that's your concentration. Go ahead and enter that in there. If you had more than one, go ahead and enter it in. High school, that's correct for me. You could add another high school if you wanted to by clicking here. And up here, add another concentration, add another school, so you could add another university. And when you're done in here, go ahead and hit Save Changes. Now you'll notice up here after you do that, it says Find Classmates from David Douglas High School. It would say your school. Find Classmates from University of Oregon. You could click on that. For right now, don't do that, but realize that you could do that. You could really find some people that you might old lost friends that you could connect with. Happens all the time here. It's pretty neat. Okay, now go ahead and come up here and click on Work. Again, it's just another way to add the personable part of all of this. Your employer, this is actually my company, so I would put owner. Description, you can go ahead and describe it, your work and so forth. City and town, again, another way for people to get to know a little bit more about you, who are looking at who you are and what you do, or how people could find you. Time period, if you wanted to enter that in there, and then just hit Save Changes. Now, if you worked at Subway, you notice down here it says Add Another Job. Would you put that in there? Probably not. If you worked at Blockbuster Video, would you put that in there? Probably not. It's up to you, but just think about it. Put a little, as much out there about yourself that you can, so people can see it. They can see there's a real person there. That you put some effort into this, and they can get to know you a little bit more. And hit Save Changes. You can always come back and add to it later, but put something in there if there's something that can apply. If you don't have an employer or you don't own a company, maybe you have a name that you've come up for your network marketing company or some other business that you have. You could put that in there. And then picture. Pictures are very important. They're extremely important. So I'd like you to go ahead and load in a photo, and I'll show you how to do that here real quick. Myself, I'm not a big picture guy. When the camera comes out, I'm not the first to jump in, and I'm not always thinking about having cameras. I've been to some great places and around some really magnificent people that would have been great to have photos taken with as I've gone around the country and the world and just been involved with trainings and events and things like that. I just never thought about it. Hopefully you have a collection of photos that you can choose from. Let me show you how to hit Browse to go find your photos. Now, you may need to go find your pictures that are stored in your computer. I'm going to assume that you can find the folder where you have your pictures. If not, you're going to have to find somebody to help you with that. And I've got a ton of different graphics and photos in here. I'm just going to go ahead and choose this one. And the way you do that, I'll do that again. You hit Browse, you find the photo. You may not actually see the photos, you may see the names of them. It depends how you have your system set up. For me, if I go up here and I click on this, I can choose List, and it would change to be the actual names. This might be what you see. And just find the one that you want and then double click. Or you could single click, just click once, and you'd see it came down here and you'd hit Open. Or you could double click and it would go right there. For me, I come up here and I like to look at them, all the photos I have in here, and then I just double click on the picture. So play around with that. If you need help, find a teenager or somebody around that knows how to use computers and you can get your photo in there. That's basically how you do it. Then you click here, I certify that I have the right to distribute this picture, la-di-da-di-da. Upload picture. You click on that and it should upload and display the picture there if there aren't any troubles. So there's mine. And just to say a few words about pictures, you definitely want to find a good photo of yourself, and I really would like to get a better photo. This is just something that someone snapped while I was at an event. I don't think I slept much that night. So you find a good photo of yourself that you get out there, and something you can work on, and you can go back and you can replace this photo later, so it's not a big deal. Put in what you have now, and you can always improve it later. What's important is that you move forward. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead. Now, if you wanted to, you could come back here, and you could, you see down here, remove picture. You could click on that. You could load in a new one. Again, just get something in there because a photo is very important in these social marketing sites. It's huge. You've got to get something in there. If you don't have something, go get one taken with your family, with your kids, by yourself, somewhere. Find one and figure it out how to get it loaded into your computer so that you can have photos on these social marketing sites at some point. So there you have it. We've got